If you're trying to grow your YouTube channel, walking away after hitting publish is one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Most creators think views just come naturally after hitting upload, but that only works if you already have an audience. There's a reason why I was able to have so many videos go viral with a smaller audience. It's because I focus on what most new creators ignore after hitting upload. That's why in this video, I'm going to share with you 8 things you must do immediately after uploading if you want more views. I'll be showing you the exact strategy step by step, and I'll also be dropping some bonus tips at the end that you've never heard before. So make sure to stick around for this whole video because this could be the difference between your next videos going viral or dying out after upload. So first, let's talk about your video and thumbnail file name. Most creators overlook this completely, but this right here actually sends one of the first signals to YouTube about what your content is about. Most creators upload their videos as something like this, without thinking twice. But what most creators don't know is that YouTube looks at the metadata the second you upload it. So instead of something random, rename your video file to something keyword rich like how to get more views on YouTube 2025 and your thumbnail as YouTube growth strategy. This is a simple and effective way to reinforce your title, your topic, and your target keywords. It's not going to make a bad video rank higher, but when you combine this with everything else I'm about to share with you, it stacks in your favor. Plus, it only takes about 10 seconds to do. Alright, so you got your file names locked in, giving YouTube that initial nudge, but let's be real. Getting clicks largely comes down to your thumbnail and title. And here's a secret many new creators forget. Neither your thumbnail nor your title are set in stone the second you hit publish. In fact, some of the biggest channels out there consistently adjust their thumbnails and titles days or even weeks after the video goes live based on its performance. Why? Because if your thumbnail isn't grabbing attention and your title isn't sealing the deal, nobody's even going to see your amazing video, no matter how good it is, especially for smaller channels like yours, where you don't have an existing audience to rely on. Your thumbnail and your title are literally your first and often only chance to stand out in the crowd. Now let's talk about how to actually optimize these. We're gonna start with your thumbnail because that's what catches the eye first. YouTube has a built-in A/B testing feature for thumbnails. Here's how to use it. Create a minimum of 2 to 3 strong thumbnail options for your video. Don't just make slight variations, try different concepts, colors, text, and facial expressions. Now when uploading your video, upload these 2 to 3 thumbnail variations for YouTube to test. Make sure to track your analytics often so you can see which thumbnail is performing the best. Once YouTube has declared a winner, set that thumbnail. So now it's time to refine your title. Your title has 2 critical jobs. First, it needs to invoke curiosity. It needs to make someone pause and think, I need to know more about that. Second, it needs to accurately describe what your video is about. Don't fall into the clickbait trap though of misleading titles, because that's what will kill your watch time and tell YouTube your content isn't what viewers expected. So here's how you optimize your title after you found your winning thumbnail. Go into your YouTube studio, navigate to your video's analytics, and check your click-through rate with your new winning thumbnail. If it's lower than you'd like, say under 3%, after a day or 2 for your new video, that's a signal to test a new title. Try experimenting with different wording, maybe a strong number, a powerful verb, or pose a compelling question. Look at what successful videos in your niche are doing with their titles, but always make sure it delivers on the promise you make. For example, if your video is about how to edit fast in CapCut, your title might be something like CapCut Editing Secrets or Edit Videos 10 Times Faster in CapCut. You see how those titles immediately convey value and intrigue? That's what you're aiming for. This systematic approach first optimizing your thumbnail with A/B testing, then refining your title can dramatically improve your video's discoverability and get those critical first clicks. Here's a tip for you. If you don't have the vidIQ extension already, I highly recommend you sign up for vidIQ. I'll leave a link down in the description below for you guys. This is why I recommend it. Instead of just winging it with your titles to hopefully get better click-through rates, the vidIQ extension populates an SEO score for you. It gives you other options for your title that could possibly perform better. I use this all the time when I'm trying to get over that initial push when posting a new video. All right, moving on to something that's truly underrated for getting YouTube to push your videos out is your description. Many small YouTubers just write a sentence or two, maybe throw in a few links, and call it a day. But this is where you can give the algorithm a huge amount of context about your video, making it easier for YouTube to show it to the right people. Now, how do I tackle this, especially for longer videos that are packed with information? I use a simple but incredibly powerful trick. I leverage the video's script and a little bit of AI magic. Here's exactly how it works. After I've uploaded my new video to YouTube, but not to the point where it's published, I'll go back and grab the script of the video. Once you have that script, copy it, and then open up ChatGPT. Paste in the script and then give ChatGPT a very specific prompt. Something like this. Here's the full script of my new YouTube video and the title of the video. My target audience is, and I need you to write a 200-word description that is fully optimized for SEO. This gives the AI all the context it needs. It knows your title, your script, your target audience, and how long of a description to provide. And within seconds, it'll spit out a description that's packed with keywords and ready to be posted in your video description. Having a robust keyword-rich description like this gives YouTube so much more data to work with. It tells the algorithm precisely what your video is about, which helps it find the perfect audience for your content. Trust me, this small step can dramatically boost your visibility and get your video recommended more often. Now let's talk about tags. This is an area that's been a hot topic for debate among YouTubers. Some argue they're almost useless now, while others still swear by them. My take, if YouTube still lets us use tags, it's worth spending an extra few seconds to add them in. And when you're a small channel, you need every advantage you can get. So don't dismiss them. Instead, use them strategically. The goal with tags is to reinforce your title's topic and include relevant keywords that people might use when searching. Think of them as additional clues for YouTube, helping it categorize your content more accurately. There's many ways you can come up with tags for your video, and I about tried them all. What I found that works best is go on YouTube and find videos that went viral for the same topic and use those tags. If you're still having problems finding viral videos or don't like the tags you see, you can use a site like rapidtags.io. They're not a sponsor of this video, and I still recommend their platform for tags. All you're gonna do is open up Rapid Tags, click on Free Tag Generator, and post in the title of your video in the search engine. Rapid Tags will then spit out around 500-word characters of tags you can copy and paste into the tag section of your video. This next tip is something a lot of small creators miss, and it can make a real difference in how YouTube initially distributes your video. I'm talking about giving your video an algorithm buffer before it goes live. Instead of hitting publish immediately after uploading, I highly recommend you schedule your video. And here's the crucial part. Let it sit there for anywhere between 2 to 24 hours before it goes live. This gives YouTube's algorithm time to fully process your video. Think about it. YouTube is analyzing your file name, your title, your description, your thumbnail, your tags, your audio, and even your video's content itself. It's gathering all that data to figure out the perfect audience for your content. It's doing its internal checks and categorizations. If you hit publish immediately, you're essentially rushing the algorithm. By giving it that 2 to 24-hour window, that initial processing and checks are all done. The categorization is more complete. When your video finally goes public, YouTube has a much clearer picture of your video and can push it to the right audience from the very first minute. This means more targeted initial views, better engagement from relevant viewers, and a stronger signal to the algorithm that your content is valuable and should be shown to more people. I personally always try to let my videos sit at least 12 hours before they go live, and I've seen a noticeable difference in initial performance and discoverability. Don't rush it. Give YouTube time to work its magic and find your perfect viewers. Next up is something often underestimated, but incredibly powerful for boosting your watch time, which is using end screens. I know, it's tempting to toss in a random end screen and call it a day. But if you really want to grow your channel, there's a specific strategy that you must follow. I used to use end screens that suggested 2 different videos to give viewers more choices, or I would just put up a random video. But I've learned over time that you can't give people too many choices or they'll end up doing nothing. People get overwhelmed, can't decide, and just click off your content completely. So my advice, always go with the best for viewer option for your end screen. Here's why. YouTube's algorithm will pick a video from your channel that's most relevant to your viewer, based on what they just watched or their viewing habits. It's a seamless transition that encourages them to continue watching your content, rather than clicking away to another creator's video. It's all about keeping them in your ecosystem. But let's take this a step further with deep links. This is a powerful strategy to keep your viewers hooked on your content for longer, boosting your overall watch time. Imagine a viewer finishes your video, and on the right-hand side, instead of seeing random videos from other creators, they only see your videos suggested. That way, they're more likely to watch another one of your videos and stick around for longer. You achieve this primarily by creating playlists of your related content. Group all your videos on a set topic into one playlist. Then, in your video's description, or even as a verbal call to action within your video, direct viewers to those playlists. The trick is to use the link that automatically opens your video within that playlist. Make it a seamless viewing experience. You can grab this playlist link directly from YouTube Studio when viewing a playlist. Or even better, copy the URL of a specific video within that playlist. When someone clicks on that link, the entire playlist is pulled up, making it super easy for them to binge your content. This is how you significantly increase your watch session time, which YouTube absolutely loves and rewards you with visibility for your channel. This next one is probably the easiest way to give your brand new long-form video an immediate boost of exposure, and it's something so many creators completely forget to do. It's linking your shorts to your long-form videos. It's no secret that YouTube Shorts can bring in massive amounts of views. People are scrolling through shorts like crazy, and the discoverability is insane. And YouTube has recently made it incredibly easy for creators to link a long-form video directly from a short. This is a golden opportunity for cross-promotion that you absolutely must be capitalizing on. Think about it. Someone watches one of your viral shorts, they're interested in your content, and bam, your new long-form video is right there, easily accessible as a related video option. It won't instantly make your video go viral and get millions of views, but it's a consistent, organic way to funnel curious short viewers over to your more in-depth content. It's an easy way to get more exposure and channel growth. All right. We've talked about the technical stuff, the algorithm tricks, and how to promote your videos, but this last tip is different. It's all about something way more important, connecting with your audience on a human level. And that's especially important when you're trying to stand out. You need to be responding to every single comment you get. Once your video has been live for a while, people will start leaving comments. And for smaller channels, every single comment is a gift. It's a direct line to your audience, a chance to build a loyal community. When someone takes the time to leave a comment, whether it's a question, a complaint, or even criticism, they want to be heard. For bigger channels that get thousands of comments per video, it's quite literally impossible to reply to every single one. But for you, under 2,000 subscribers, you have a unique opportunity that big channels don't. You can respond to all of them. And don't just say thanks. Try to spark a conversation. The more replies you get, the more back and forth conversation there is under your video. YouTube loves that. It loves the engagement. High comment counts and active discussion sends a strong signal to the algorithm that your content is valuable, creating a vibrant community that's worth pushing out to more people. This isn't just about being nice. It's a powerful algorithmic signal that directly impacts your discoverability and growth. All right, so there you have it. 8 critical things you must do after uploading a video to get more views and truly kickstart your channel growth. We've talked about everything from tiny details like file names to game-changing strategies like leveraging shorts for immediate exposure. But before you go, I promised you some bonus tips, things you might not have heard of before that can give you an extra edge. This is your bonus tip 1. The second your video goes live, have a second YouTube account, your support account, already logged in on a different browser or device. Immediately go to your new video and watch it all the way through. Like it and drop a positive comment. This is a perfectly legal, simple way to give your video an extra immediate boost of engagement and watch time within the first 24 hours. This little nudge can get the ball rolling faster than you think. This next bonus tip for you isn't strictly after uploading, but it's critical for future uploads and continuous improvement. After your video has been live for a few days or a week, obsess over your YouTube analytics. Specifically, look at your audience retention graph. Where are people dropping off? If you see a big dip early on, your hook might be weak or your pacing might be off. If they drop off at a specific point, maybe that segment was boring or unclear. Use this data to improve your next script. The creators who truly succeed are the ones who are consistently learning, adapting, and refining their craft based on real viewer behavior. Don't just upload and forget. Analyze and adapt. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.